So a few weeks ago, I posted a Nina Park inspired makeup video on my Instagram account, and I got more than a few requests to show it again but slower. So that is exactly what we're gonna do in this video. And if you don't know who Nina Park is, I definitely recommend checking her out on Instagram. Her portfolio is absolutely incredible, and she does makeup for celebrities like Greta Lee and Emma Stone, and she's really well known for this kind of low-key, no makeup glam that makes you look like the best version of yourself. So that is what really actually drew me to her makeup, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. So let's get started. For me, when I look at her makeup, it looks like she's using a lightweight base. Like, you still want to be able to see your skin underneath, which is why I think a skin tint is actually perfect for this. I personally really love this Milk Hydro Grip Gel tint. It's really lightweight, it looks like skin, so this is what I'm gonna be using. And I'm just gonna apply directly onto my skin. And using a brush, I'm just going to buff it out everywhere. And once that's done, I'm using a concealer to just go over areas of redness and darkness. Setting everything with powder, doing a very light layer. And setting with the setting spray. For my brows, I want to keep it really natural, just following the shape of my eyebrows. I'm just going to fill in where there's areas of sparseness. I'm going to give it a good brush out. Now I'm going to set my eyebrows with some gel. For blush, I'm going to use a brush, and I'm just going to take tiny amounts of product and layer it right over here. So I'm just lightly applying. And then I'm also going to connect the blush across my nose. When I look at Nina Park's photos, I noticed that a lot of the makeup looks have a really nice bronzy and warm glow. So we're gonna use some bronzer, and I'm gonna be pretty liberal with this. So applying on the forehead, cheekbones, and then connecting to the jaw. Same thing on the other side. I'm also gonna do a pretty minimal contour on my nose. So just on the tip of my nose and the sides right here. For highlighter, I'm going to use a stick highlighter. I find that cream highlighters apply a lot more naturally for the most part, so because Nina Park's makeup is quite minimalistic, these work really well. So I'm just applying here and on the high points of my cheeks, and using my finger to just blend ever so slightly. I'm quickly just going to set my face again. For the eyes, it's actually pretty simple. I'm just going in with this cream eyeshadow from Merit, and I'm applying it pretty liberally onto my eyelids just to give it some more depth. I actually really like this eyeshadow because you don't have to be very technical with it. Like, you can just brush it on pretty sloppily and it'll still look good. I'm just gonna focus a little bit more of the eyeshadow at the outer corner of my eyes. And now I'm gonna go in with a really thin eyeliner in dark brown. I noticed that Nina Park likes to tightline the upper waterline, and one unique detail about her eyeliner is that she brings the eyeliner into this inner corner, and it's a really beautiful way to make your waterline look more full with eyelashes. So just bringing the eyeliner here and drawing along your lash line. Can you see how this defines my eyes so much better than without? Sometimes Nina Park also likes to bring the eyeliner down just to the lower inner corner of the eye. Next, I'm going to use an angled brush to slightly smudge the edge of my outliner and also to drag out my eyeliner to make a small wing. Next, I'm curling my eyelashes to give it some lift. And now we're gonna move on to the lips, which is the most defining part of Nina Park's makeup. Using the same contour I used for my nose, and I'm taking a fluffy brush, grabbing some product, and I'm gonna diffusely spread on the outer areas of my lips. Now taking a smaller and more dense brush, I'm gonna do the same thing, but really focusing the product on the Cupid's bow area. Taking some product, applying at the Cupid's bow, and then tapering downwards. So I'm really only overlining over here, and then tapering inwards down there. Same thing on the bottom. This way you get a really pretty blurred contoured halo effect on your lips. Once that's done, you can take a cool toned lip liner. I'm using this Rode lip liner in Twist. I find that because the Rode lip liners aren't pointy, it actually makes for a really nice blurred lip. And following the same trajectory as I did with the contour, overline slightly at the Cupid's bow and taper inwards as I move down towards the edge of my lip. And once that's done, I'm going back with that same smaller, denser brush, and I'm going to blur the edges of my lip liner ever so slightly. For the inner area of my lips, I'm gonna choose something a little bit more pink just to give it some more contrast from my lip liner. And I'm only applying on the inner area of my lips. Using my fingers to blend. If I'm just going out casually, this lip is perfect. If you wanna be a little fancier, you can take a red lipstick, grab some with your finger, and just apply a bit more color to the inner areas of your lips. And to blur everything together just ever so slightly, I'm gonna add just a light layer of powder. And my last round of setting spray. Ta-da! Here's the final look. I hope this was a helpful video. If you guys have any questions at all, please let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to reply. Otherwise, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!